How do?
I'll do.
Introduce yourself, young man.
My name's Andy Gillett.
Andy's lad have been talking about mental health. He's educated himself because things that affected him in his life, he wants to know about them. Medication is one of them. They've just taken a degree.
Yeah, in criminology and psychology.
And what's the one you've just done now?
Oh no, economics work. My original undergraduate one I've just done is criminology and psychology.
Yeah. We're going to talk about medication, like we promised. This is for Mental Health Monday. Going to keep it short, 15-20 minutes. This lad, like me, can talk for Britain. So I'm going to ask him specific questions to lead him, and we're going to tell you as simple as we can about modern antidepressants. Yeah. SSRI. So first of all, Andy, thanks for doing this.
You're most welcome.
Thank you, that's the right answer. So tell people what SSRI stands for.
So it stands for Selective Serotonin Reuptake Inhibitor.
The other thing is, I'm not being rude with this guy. He knows. If I didn't lead him in questions, he knows how the body functions, chemicals, all the names in the journals, the different names for all these medications. So, like I say, just going to kind of keep it simple. We've already agreed on that, haven't we?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Explain what serotonin and the like, why the body produces them, and how they affect mood.
So, serotonin is, if we keep it to it, although 90% of it, up to 90% of serotonin is actually produced in the gut. It's the serotonin in the brain that is functioning the aspects of mood, or that is the theory that serotonin has an impact either adversely or if there's a deficiency, or yeah. So
it affects your mood directly.
So
can do.
Theoretically, serotonin is known as the feel-good hormone, or the feel-good neurotransmitter, shall I say. And it's just broadly known as that, but it's slightly more nuanced. But broadly, serotonin, they believe that if it's increased, there's an improvement in mood, a relaxation, less anxiety.
So does the body reabsorb it?
So you have other neurotransmitters, enzymes, or things in your brain that they break down or convert serotonin to something different, something inactive, or
something that's not helpful to mood.
Yeah, or just in a different direction for a different purpose that's not relevant to mood. So yeah, your body is continuously in a process of producing and breaking down and reuptaking, and that's the point of
the SSRI. Stop that process happening.
Yes.
So in effect, in simple terms, they help you to hang on to your serotonin.
Yeah.
Why, in simple terms, I have to say this because the guy's knowledgeable, does everyone have the same amount? Why would someone be, say, low mood and somebody not? Does stress affect it?
Most certainly. It's a constant argument in academia.
It's not a science, is it? It's not an exact science.
No, that's it is science, but it's not an exact science. So these a biological argument, which means the argument that serotonin is a feel-good hormone.
Yep.
Then these arguments that it's the environment, it's the stress, which it can be partially that, but also mainly a deficiency. So it's normally a multiple, these multiple things that,
So there's multiple things that can affect how much serotonin individuals will have.
yeah,
However, the SSRIs across the board help people to hang on to that, so it
Yeah.
stabilizes your mood. Is that right?
theoretically they not stable, they would improve mood. So when
Right.
we're talking about mood stabilization, that would be another class of drugs that we'll speak about, another mood stabilizers. So
Okay. Let's
I'm
stick
just
with the
being
SSRIs
specific
now.
about the wording. I'm being specific about the wording because the stabilisation
Yeah.
is so it would increase mood.
Yeah.
So if somebody had that a low mood or significant, what was diagnosed medically as depression, then theoretically
That's what it does.
increased serotonin would improve mood.
Okay, next question. So name the ones that people know, or the very popular ones. Obviously sertraline we've talked about.
Yep, so sertraline
Yep.
is a common one that was marketed as, so they've all got two names.
Yep.
So there's the generic name, which is and then the
What's
trade
generic name mean?
So the generic name is the name of the medication when it's not marketed anymore. So
So
normally,
it's like its chemical name or something.
yeah. So in the States, because everything's commercialized,
Yeah.
they'd say Zoloft, not
Right.
sertraline.
Yep.
They'd say Seroquel, not quetiapine.
Okay.
And they do it with everything. They'll say Xanax, not alprazolam.
So tell us the ones they know in this country. Sertraline.
So sertraline, these fluoxetine,
Yeah.
which was Prozac, these duloxetine, there is citalopram, escitalopram, that's what these 8 common ones are that
Popular.
licensed for use, and you can easily find, so the doctor would have on their shelf what's known as the BNF, the British National Formulary.
Yeah, that's a book, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can get a BNF.
It's all online.
It's got all the
It's all online. You
Oh, is
don't
it
even
online
need
now?
Yeah. So for years you used to have to buy the book.
Yeah.
Now it's BNF online, so you can go online and it will not tell you the mechanisms of action and how they work, but it'll tell you that is what a doctor sees. So it says
It has the side effects down, doesn't it?
Certainly.
Positives.
It will say what that medication is indicated for. So this would be helpful for depression, OCD, PTSD, or whatever.
Yep.
And that's determined by clinical trials and what have you. They've decided that it's effective. So when you look at that, it will have starting dosage increases. Essentially it's just telling the doctor how to do it.
Right.
Then, like you said, you have side effects.
Yep.
And then that is broken down to common, very common, and then there's a number attached with each one of them. So very common will be 1 in 10.
The
Common.
side effects will be 1 in 10 people.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Who take that medication. And then I think common is 1 in 100.
Right.
So 1 in 100 will get.
I suppose 1 in 100, you know, people go along with that. 1 in 10 is quite...
Yeah. Chances are, and it doesn't, that obviously doesn't cover a a multiple side effects. That's just one, obviously.
Can we talk about sertraline, because it's quite popular?
Yep.
I've said, which you backed up, that putting weight on is a massive one for that.
I think personally sertraline is it's more mood related with sertraline. There is not, I don't personally, biologically,
Yeah.
there's not a
reason why you would eat more or want to eat more.
In comparison
Yeah.
to, and I'm not, but like comparative to metazapine.
Okay.
Or so sertraline is, you might put weight on, but there's no real rigorous biological evidence for sertraline putting weight on. Now, anecdotally, we both know loads of people who have took it and put weight on.
Yeah.
So you can't, there's no disagreeing with that.
Yeah.
However, there's no significant...
In science, it's saying it possibly shouldn't happen, but
Yeah.
in real world,
It
happening.
does.
The other one I'd like to ask you about is man troubles.
Certainly, yeah. So that is
Sertraline again.
And all SSRIs, they all act in the same way or very, very similar.
Okay.
And they just bind to something that prevents the reuptake. So that then leaves sertraline floating around in your brain and in your body,
Yeah.
not being broken down. So
Yeah.
you've got more serotonin.
Yeah.
That is pretty much equivalent across the board. So some are slightly better for other, but SSRIs as general work in that mechanism, and they're all generally equal. One may work better for a different person.
Yeah. Is that why they'll swap them if they feel it's not working?
Yeah.
Maybe 3 months.
Yeah.
They might try someone on a different one.
Yeah. Yeah. So they have. Again, it sounds complicated. It's called an algorithm, but it's dead simple. I showed it, Sam, but they never show it. You'll have never seen it.
I'll tell you what it looks like. It looks like a family tree. We've seen them on Facebook. You know, the comedy things. Do you do this? Yes.
Yeah.
No. And that's what it says. That's for doctors. Basically, sertraline, yes, no. Does this happen? Yes, no.
Yeah.
And that is a guide for them, is it not?
That is a point of reference for that person to understand what they are doing and what they're taking or what they're being prescribed.
Right.
Obviously, medical assessment and intervention is essential. But you can look at this information. I can give you some links and what have you.
Sweet.
And yeah, so it will say initially start on, it normally says begin on citalopram. Now I think it probably says that because that has slightly lower incidence of side effects, only marginally though.
So a doctor might start on citalopram.
Yeah.
How'd you say it?
Citalopram.
Citalopram.
So that don't work.
Yeah.
They change on to another SSRI.
Yeah.
That don't work. Then they what's called augment, and they try. SSRIs aren't working at that point.
Yeah.
So we're going to try other mechanisms, if you know what I mean. So
we're not going that far yet.
So
hold your horses.
Yeah.
Talk about impotency in men.
So yeah, regarding that, I can obviously only speak from a male's perspective. I'm not entirely sure with a female, and again, it is almost indistinguishable from mood. So if you have severe depression, the likelihood is you're not looking for a missus. If
it's not happening.
You're not.
If you're in a relationship, the chances are you're not fancying your missus.
Yeah.
And can it also actually cause problems?
Well, that is that is the rub. Yeah, that it yes,
lack of desire, which in itself can cause problems, can't it?
Yeah, and not only lack of desire, it can
not being able to perform.
So let me put it this way, and I've just thought about something now.
Go on,
and it sounds like I want to go off on a tangent.
Go on.
So I can't remember the name of the trade name of a drug.
Yeah.
But there is one where it's an SSRI combined with either sildenafil or tadalafil, which is Viagra or Cialis. Right.
Yeah.
So, and it's for short-term use for blokes, and they put the SSRI in there.
Yeah.
So they can last longer.
Right. So it's lifting mood and also giving you a bit of
No, it's not for lifting mood. It's just so you can have a good time, and it's not for a person who has got low mood.
All right. Is it someone who's impotent?
It's for somebody who would climax too quickly.
All right.
So
using it. So you what
short-term use? It will be these. I believe.
Oh my word! So are you saying the SSRI bit, because SSRIs can in men?
Yeah.
You know, you lose the desire and can't get it up, basically.
Yeah.
Putting an SSRI with something that helps you get a stiffy, in effect.
Yeah.
Can work together to make you last longer in the bedroom.
Yeah. And just as like intermittent use, that it's if you ain't got mood problems, but you were saying, and you went to a sexual health doctor, because your general doctor probably wouldn't.
They'd refer you, wouldn't they?
Yeah, they wouldn't understand the dynamics of how your sexual health.
Yeah.
So that's the extent to which they significantly impact your ability to perform.
Excellent.
In general, some people will be perfectly fine. I think that it
could have, if somebody is taking them, that could be part of it.
Yeah.
Right. We're doing all right. We're keeping you on track, aren't we?
We've got
right. Just to finish off. So, you know, we just talked about SSRIs. We're going to talk about other medication in a similar sort of way.
Yeah.
And we may well do a special for all you boffins out there who really want to know about it. And I'll just let him go from 1950s to now, the chemicals and everything. On the subject of SSRIs, last time we both said, right, we're not doctors, we're not specialists, we're not medically qualified. All we're trying to do is, there's been a lot of questions about meds, so we're trying to just give Andy's perspective. You did say about like informed choice or whatever.
Yeah.
So just say that again, what, you know. So, and we'll finish it off with that.
Again, informed choice in mental health is quite the wording's difficult, because informed choice can mean a specific situation where
let's keep it more general
to the Mental Health Act. So when I mean informed choice, I don't mean somebody who has got the lack of insight.
Yeah, we're talking about
somebody who wants to.
Let's use me. When I went to doctors, my experience of SSRIs was very brief.
Yeah.
I couldn't get on with them. I didn't, you know, I knocked them back. However, what you're saying, if someone's taking them, you're not saying stop.
Certainly
you know,
not.
If you're happy where you are, that's fine. But if you did want information, or we did talk about this, which is very interesting. We talk about situational things, didn't we? So as a prison officer, if you're on top dose of sertraline because you're distressed, down, anxious, and it's your job that's causing that, and you stay in the job, then the chances are they might initially have a little bit of an impact, but long term, potentially it's something else that needs to happen, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that fair to say?
Yeah. I mean, if you liken it to a physical injury of a severe cut or whatever, and that cut is the job, and that situation, or it don't have to be a cut, broken leg, whatever, and until that's removed and all that is addressed, rarely would initial psychological, as in pharmaceutical, meaning tablets from a doctor, be of significant benefit unless you made choice to change that situation.
That's a good point.
Combination, that it needs to be, especially with the situational, very rarely would something
right. Do you know where we're going to finish?
Yeah.
We're coming back. We're going to do lots of these. We're going to do some more. We're going to do one on antipsychotics. We're going to do one on performance enhancing drugs and steroids. But we'll finish what you've just put up, valid point, what my doctor said to me the first time I saw her. So I'm on sick, I've got a bad shoulder, but I'm starting to lose it. Yeah, what she said to me, what you have to think in your job as a prison officer, because my mental health were going downhill, my physical health was shocking, blood pressure. Can you change your lifestyle?
That were bad, that, when I heard that about your blood pressure and you said numbers, I thought...
Yeah, she said the percentage of chance of having a stroke or heart attack was ridiculous. However, she said, can you change your lifestyle in that job? If not, you seriously need to think about changing your job. That were early doors, mate. And my answer to her was, no, I can't change my lifestyle. So we're going to finish. Dr. Williams, Walkden, Gill Medical Centre, fantastic. She supported me throughout. Are you happy with that?
Yeah, certainly.
We kept it quite simple, didn't we?
Yeah.
Managed to keep you...
keep a bit valid on it. I've got some...
Thanks for that, mate. So that's our first one, SSRIs. We're going to do a follow-up next week, Mental Health Monday, on steroids and performance-enhancing drugs. Thanks for coming, Al City. Final word with your man. No pressure.
See you later.
See you later. Cheers.